welcome to this Dat Who Der Ranch update with me, MrSealyp. I find myself on Dat Who Der Ranch after a raft of updates and mods that have come out over the last week or so. I was dropped a line by Big Daddi, one of my subscribers, who suggested I came on here to have a look. Now, after my first look map tour, I haven't been back on here, and I liked this map. I loved the fact it was like a huge Hornby train set, which I thought was absolutely brilliant. The only downside to it was that the actual loop is like a big sort of butterfly shape, and it takes ages to get round it. In the update, something rather awesome has occurred. I am standing up at the top of the map, northwest corner, just below field 7, which is running along there. We now have a rail yard, which is pretty cool, and we have 4 trains now to operate on here. So there are 4 individual trains. We have got 2 trains which are dedicated grain trains. We have 1 train through here which is a dedicated logging train, and we have 1 just outside, which I've put a little bit further up, which is dedicated for root crops, potatoes, sugar beets. I'm assuming that one will do sugar cane. I'm assuming. So 4 trains, which is pretty impressive. Now, the only thing you think straight away is, okay, great, how's that going to work? How are they going to go around the track? Because if there's a train in the way, you're going to have to come all the way back here, because there are no sidings anywhere, back to the rail yard, park them up, so that you can then go past. Not so. Big Daddy's daughter has affectionately referred to them as ghost trains, and I like that. I like that a lot. I'm going to show you why in just a second. So what I will do, actually, I think I'll jump to the one at the back and I'll show you. Each one has got its own siding here. Actually, we'll jump in this one. And as you pull out of the station, out of the rail yard, each one comes off of its siding onto the main track. You don't control that. Each one of these trains, when you come back here, will put itself back into the siding, which I think is pretty clever. Now this one is on the main line, as you can see, so I'm just going to pull this one forward. And the rail yard is, I think it's really clever. I really do like this. So I'm just going to pull this right way forward here. And just stop here. And jump out. I'm going to go and get in the other one, bear with me, and I'll show you what I mean. So I'm now at the rearmost train at the back of the rail yard. So as I drive forward now, this will automatically put it into its siding. It won't stay on the main line, it will go into the siding that's allocated to it, which is this one here. This is the one that's dedicated root crop. They're open cars rather than the closed grain ones, and completely different to the logging one. If I go straight through and out the other side, I'm going to come up towards the rear of the train that I've just pulled forward. This could and should be a problem, however. Ghost trains. I like that. I hope that sticks. That's absolutely brilliant. So it does mean that you can operate all 4 at the same time. Well, say at the same time. You can't run all 4 at the same time. I'm assuming in multiplayer, I suppose you could, couldn't you? Have 4 trains run at the same time. It does mean that wherever you're working, if you do need to get another train and do a load, maybe unload something, you get a great demand. You don't have to move the trains all the way around the entire track back to the rail yard, which I think works really, really well. The update on Dat Who Der Ranch was a few, I think, texture type issues, a few tree type issues, a few floating trees and bushes that got adjusted, but the single biggest change to it is this, the addition of the rail yard and 4 separate trains. Like I said, I don't use this term very often. I use this term all the time, actually. This is cracking. It's absolutely brilliant. I really, really like this. I wish we had more trains and more rail yards on more of the maps. And as you see, as you back up, it takes it straight back into its own designated siding. And there you go. That's it. Quick update. I hope you found it useful and informative. It may encourage you to come back onto this map if you have never played it, or you've come away from it, or you didn't even know it was here and you just want to have a play around with the trains. If you have enjoyed it, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.